All right, welcome back. Now, baseline training. As I explained in the introductory video, the purpose of this category or this program is to teach you or to help you own the skill of being able to hear a simple melodic line in the bass and tell exactly what those notes are using your understanding of intervals. So now you see how interval training comes in, because a melodic line doesn't matter whether in the bass or in the upper register, it's just a series of intervals. And so this is what this level talks about. Let's click on baseline training. And in the customization screen, let's take a look at the options that we have available. The first one is range, which is similar to that of pitch recognition. We can determine how low we want the bass to be played or how high. Currently, we have it set from C2 to F4, which is this. Did I say F4? C4, which is this. So if you want to move it even lower, you can, right? But I'm just going to keep it default for now. Well, let's go back to baseline training. Then we have the note count. So this tells you how much, or this controls how much notes are in your bass line. So right now the default is 3. There's just a 3-note bass line, right? Almost like a chord, but not really. We can change this all the way up to 7 notes in a bass line. I would recommend you start with 3 and gradually increase as you see fit. Note type has to do again with, do you want your bass line to just be comprised of white keys? So basically just a C major scale. Or chromatic, do you want it doing chromatic bass line? Definitely harder, because you'll be encountering all types of intervals. So that's why we have the default setting as diatonic. But absolutely, the ultimate goal is to be able to work with chromatic bass line in, with the note count on 7. If we go back now where it says note direction again, ascending or descending, do we want our bass ascending or do we want it descending? Or do we want both? Start with the option that you find the easiest. Work your way up from there. So we're just going to keep it on ascending for now. If we go back, I keep pressing the wrong button. If we go back, we're going to now have speed, the normal speed, how fast you want the bass line to play, right? So you can control the speed of which the bass plays there. Go back, and where is the other option? So down here now, timer, questions, and multiple attempts. Again, those are standard across the app. Let's click start. So here you see 3 boxes, and the question states, using only your ear, filling the notes played in the audio below. You are given the first note for reference. And because we're talking about writing in the note, I had to give you a reference, because if we just give you a bass line with no reference note, then you don't know what to put in. You would need perfect pitch for that. But this is how we develop what we call relative pitch. If you're given a framework, if you're giving a reference point, can you figure out the other notes? And this is the skill that I have, relative pitch. I don't have perfect pitch. So once I have a reference, whether it's a chord or a note, I can most likely figure out anything else that comes after that chord or that note using my reference. So here you're giving C as a reference note. Play the clip. And I'm supposed to figure out the remaining notes. Now the way you do this, still treat it like 2-note interval training. So we're only going to take a 2-note at a time. We know the first one is C. What is that second one? Pa, pa. You can tell it's right beside each other. Do, re, mi, re, do, re, da, da. So I could tell that's a D. Second one's a D. Now what we're going to listen for now is the interval between the second note, which is the D, to the third note. da, 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 da. Use the major scale. Re, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, re, ti, re, ti. So I could tell it's a B because I could hear that jump and I was able to confirm it by singing it over the major scale. And that's how you do it. Let's increase the note to 4 and try another one. So treat it again, 2-note interval. Da, 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 da. So I can tell that's a fifth. So a fifth from C is G. Pa, 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 so, fa, mi, because it's going backwards, right? So, fa, mi, I'm only figuring from G to that note. So, fa, mi, pa, 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 pa. So I know that's E. Pa, pa, pa. And then you can hear that's at the same note. So it goes back to the G. Right? So that's how baseline training works. It's like an extension of interval training over a longer melodic line, but you still use the same concept. Treat it as 2-note intervals, and you go through it that way. And once you look at it that way, then it doesn't matter how many notes or whether it's chromatic or diatonic, as long as you treat it as 2 notes from A to B, then B to C, then C to D, then and so on. That's how you figure out your melodic baseline. In the next video, we're going to take a look at progression training. So stay tuned.